Hey, how's it going, everyone? Seafood Dax here. Mini rant today. A gentleman known by Valbuena Mano Arnis posted on two Filipino martial arts forums today that when you thrust, you should be keeping the thumb up on the handle of the blade. And the comment section absolutely exploded with criticisms and absolutely ridiculous statements, and we'll get to those in a minute, about why the thumb up is bad, supposedly. For those of you that don't know, I do both Filipino martial arts and European fencing. And when we fence either epee, okay, which epee can only thrust, okay? And you can't tell because I have this massive guard, so you can't see my hands. We always have the thumb up, okay? And in saber, which can cut and thrust, guess what? When we thrust, the thumb is up, okay? Now I'm gonna get to a couple of these statements. A lot of people seem to think on here that when you have your thumb up, it is a greater target for somebody to hit. Okay? Let's take a look at that, shall we? I'm going to use just a regular pocket knife that has no guard so you can see this very clearly. Okay? If I'm holding the knife like this with the thumb up, okay? Do you see my thumb? Do you see it more this way, or do you see it more like this? Which position or grip do you see more of my thumb exposed? Okay? Doesn't matter how I move it, okay, compared to the thumb up grip, my thumb is a lot more hidden. Even if I turn my wrist, if I go like this, okay, the thumb is a lot more hidden with the thumb up grip, clearly. Another person wrote, and this one's hilarious because it's a European telling this Filipino man, okay, that he doesn't know his own art. Whereas I just explained before, in European fencing, okay, or let me rephrase that, European thrust-centric fencing, okay, we always keep our thumb up, okay? He says, that's a question mark, question mark, question mark, great way to lose a stick or knife when you hit something. And Valbuena Mano Arnis explains, actually, this is the proper way to hold saber grip. Thumb guide. Quotation marks. And Marco writes, yeah, it's meant for epee. As I just showed, it's used both in epee and in saber, okay? Also for slashing with the knife, but stabbing and hitting anything, you're going to disarm yourself. Are you kidding me? So you mean to tell me every European martial arts fencer, okay, and every amateur fencer at that, okay, who has ever went to war and used the thumb up grip, or even in a sporting event and used the thumb up grip, okay, immediately got disarmed because they were using the thumb up? This is absolutely crazy. Okay? I'm going to leave you with one last thing to think about. Back to the good old pocket knife. And slashing versus thrusting. What do you think is going to cause more damage? If I slash you with this, or if I thrust you with this? Or even just a stab this way, okay? Which, guess what? The best way to do this is thumb up on the handle. If you don't believe me that the thrust is going to be way more devastating with a regular pocket knife, okay, go look up some FBI crime statistics, okay? Now, let's say you're holding a big knife, okay, something in between a sword and a knife, okay? This has a lot more weight to it, okay, and is a brutal cutter, okay? This can sever your arm straight off, okay? Guess what? I can still thrust, okay, thumb up at a certain range, and when I'm ready to cut, it's very quick, okay, to use the hammer grip and switch, right, to cutting, okay? Very, very easy and very quick, okay, to distinguish between the two and thrust, okay? I just did hammer grip, okay, switch to saber grip, back up, thrust. Guys, leave this man alone.